Live from Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel, it's Inside the Jets. Brought to you by EY, building a better working world. And by M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. Now, here's Erik Allen and Erik Coleman.
Good evening, everyone. Erik Allen alongside Erik Coleman. We have a tremendous episode of Inside the Jets tonight. We're going to be joined in a couple moments by Josh McCown, and then we'll follow that up with the rookie quarterback for the New York Jets, Sam Darnold.
It's going to be a good show.
We'd like to thank all the Jets season ticket holders who are here tonight at Vanderbilt inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park. Great turnout, and like I said, we're going to have a fun hour. We're also going to take your calls, 800-919-3776. The Jets find themselves at 1-2 after a tough defeat to the Cleveland Browns, 21-17. I was there in Cleveland. That place was going crazy in the second half. The Jets put themselves in position to win the ball game. Had a 14-point lead there early, but weren't able to grab a hold of that one. From your vantage point, where did the game change?
Well, you know, it definitely changed once once Baker Mayfield entered the game. You know, the Jets they fell into a groove of getting after Tyrod Taylor. They were pressuring him. They were stopping the run, getting off the field, doing a great job offensively. But when Baker Mayfield came into the game, it energized the crowd. And he came off the bench. With nothing to lose.
Right.
You know, if he threw a couple of interceptions, it was no big deal. That's expected. He's a rookie quarterback. So he was able to just let it rip, and he was getting the ball out of his hands. He was accurate. He made a couple of big plays, got the crowd involved, and I don't think that the Jets adjusted after those plays happened.
Well, what happened in the second half? Because the Jets were all over Taylor early. They had 4 sacks, and then if you go back to the Miami game the week before, the Jets had 6 sacks over a span of 6 quarters. Then, like you mentioned, Baker comes out, their offense looks different, and the Jets' defense looked a little different.
Well, you know what happens when you get in those positions is you start pressing, and everybody on defense starts trying to make a play. Instead of just playing within the scheme of the defense, you start trying to make it happen on your own. And that's not how it works. You have to play within the scheme of the defense, win your one-on-one matchups, and that's where you see those sacks come along. That's where you see the big plays that the Jets have produced in the past. And I think that in that second half, they started to press, trying to make too many big plays.
What do you make of this team after 3 weeks of the National Football League season? 48-17 victors, Monday Night Football in Detroit. And they come home, the home opener against the Miami Dolphins, got behind. A 20-point deficit there and tried to make that second half run, and it was not to be. And then finally we see that mixed bag in Cleveland where they start off, they put themselves in position to win the game. They were unable to close, but it's so early in the season.
Yeah, I'm still excited. You know, I'm just as excited as I was before the season started. You know, this team has a ton of talent. They work hard. They bring it every week. The thing that they have to do is control themselves. You know, if they don't make the mental mistakes, if they don't make the penalties that extend drives, if they take care of their business, this team could be 8, 9, 10 win team. You know, they can control their own destiny if they take care of their business, which I expect them to do. You know, they continue to play well, learn from their mistakes, and continue to grow.
Todd Bowles said the team lost their composure in that second half, and you just talked about it before. Can players press because they want to do too much?
Yeah, absolutely. When you start losing, when things aren't going right, you want to be the one that makes a play. You want to be the teammate that everyone relies on. And when that happens, you start making mistakes. You start compounding mistakes. And if you just stick to your job, stick to your fundamentals, and do what the coaches have asked you to do and play within the scheme, then a lot of things work out for you.
What do you think about the AFC East so far? The Miami Dolphins, 3-0. Everybody else inside the division, 1-2, including the New England Patriots. They went to Detroit last night in a nationally televised game themselves, and they had a different result than the Jets.
Yeah.
They weren't able to get anything going. They could come out of that ball game with 10 points, and defensively, Detroit moved the ball up and down the field.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised by what's happening in the AFC East. You know, you have New England, a team who, everybody just expects to be there. And all of a sudden, you start to see that they have some chinks in their armor. There's some weaknesses on this team, and they're starting to get exposed. As far as Miami goes, it's great to see them, playing good football. I don't know how much it's going to last. You know, I don't trust them. You know what I mean? I think the Jets are going to put things together. They're going to right the wrongs. And, you know, with this young team, when you have a young team with so much fight, they're going to start winning some games, and things are going to start going their way, and they're going to start winning games. And then you move over to Buffalo. I think they surprised a lot of people beating Minnesota the way they did last night or yesterday.
Yep.
You know, with Josh Allen running at quarterback. I think people thought that Minnesota is going to be one of those teams that's in the Super Bowl contention, and they still might be, but they definitely didn't play well yesterday.
Is it a good time for this team to have that mini bye where the players had the weekend off, now they come back to work and they get a chance to prepare for Jacksonville, have that full week, as opposed to last week? We're sitting here after the Miami game. They got 2 weeks of, 2 days of preparation, and you're off to Cleveland.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, you know, playing those games. I don't think any team in NFL history has played 3 games in 11 days the way they did. And I can't imagine.
To start the year, maybe.
Yeah, I can't imagine what they're going through physically and mentally, you know, because it's straining, going through all the different game plans, you know, having to make the adjustments and deal with the issues from your body. So once you have that Thursday night game, it's kind of a relief if you can get through it, because you can go get your mind away from football a little bit. You can, you know, separate, you know, go hang out with your family, take care of your body a little bit, and you get a jump on the next opponent. So you get a couple more days, and I think that's what the Jets have been doing, and hopefully they come back refreshed and ready to play against Jacksonville.
Inside the Jets is broadcast live from Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel. Erik Allen here alongside Erik Coleman. We're going to be joined momentarily by Josh McCown, and he's going to be followed by rookie quarterback Sam Darnold.
Yeah, you got to let the vet go first.
Yeah, you got to take care of McCown. He's been in this league 16 seasons.
Yeah,
and Sam Darnold's been in this league about 16 weeks. So we've got to make sure that McCown is up here first, batting leadoff tonight. But the challenge ahead with Jacksonville, what makes them such a tough team? Because and they're not going to be in a good mood this weekend after losing a divisional game at home against the Tennessee Titans, a 9-6 dogfight. The Jets got to be prepared for another battle.
Well, you know, Jacksonville, you know, obviously you look at their defense, and they control the line of scrimmage on that defensive line. You know, Marcel Darius, Calais
Campbell,
you know,
two sacks.
They have some speedy linebackers who can run with, you know, any tight end, any running back in the league. And then outside they have some very good corners. You know, Jalen Ramsey is one of the best in the league.
A.J. Bouye.
And A.J. Bouye as well.
You could argue that they have the best cornerback tandem of football.
Yeah, a lot of people will say that they have the best tandem, and they've been backing it up. You know, they've been talking a lot of trash outside, you know, off the field, but they go onto the field and handle their business. So they have a lot of speed on their defense. Offensively, Blake Bortles is playing good football. He's got some playmakers. They're running the ball well. So, you know, this is a team that Tom Coughlin has created that is a hard-nosed football team. They have a lot of speed and a ton of talent.
All right, so we got plenty of time to talk about Jacksonville here later in the show. You can call in to Inside the Jets, 800-919-3776, but we're going to come right back. And after the break, the aforementioned Josh McCown will join us.
Ernst & Young LLP is proud to be the exclusive professional business and accounting services sponsor of the New York Jets and MetLife Stadium. Teaming with them as the official sponsor of the EY Coaches Club. As a global leader in assurance, tax, transaction, and advisory services, the global network of EY firms has better connected consultants who help organizations navigate the transformative age by asking better questions to find answers to some of the world's toughest challenges, all to build a better working world for their people, clients, and communities.
Every time you close your laptop, a Corona gets its lime. And every time your to-do list is to do one less thing, a Corona gets its lime. Every time you press pause. Every time you unwind or lose track of time, a Corona gets its lime. And every time your feet are up while the sun goes down, a Corona gets its lime. So drop a lime in and find your beach. Please drink responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, football fans. This is Director Jared Maples with the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness. It's our mission to protect New Jersey with our federal, state, and local partners. Of course, nobody knows our communities better than the people who live there. That's where you can help. If you see something that you suspect is out of the ordinary, report it. Together, we can keep our state safe. Remember, if you see something, say something. To learn more about what to look for, visit njhomelandsecurity.gov.
Advance your career at Centenary University's School of Professional Studies. With accelerated scheduling and competitive pricing, it's convenient for busy adults to earn an MBA, undergraduate degree, or certificate. Centenary graduates work in hot fields like social media marketing, criminal justice, data analytics, health administration, and sports management. At Centenary University, they're committed to your success. Learn more at sps.centenaryuniversity.edu.
As a young boy, Gavin loved playing football. He lived and breathed it, wanted to go pro. Why, he'd spend hours upon hours just practicing his touchdown dances. And one day, while getting fitted for bifocals, he realized he was never much good at throwing, or running, or catching, or even kicking. Yeah, Gavin's chances of playing pro football were looking like fourth and long. Very long. But he did hear how Geico could save him money on car insurance, so he switched and saved. Then he did kind of a touchdown dance. At least he was still good at that.
Around my house, I'm called difficult. I know what I want, and I always want more. Take my insurance, for instance. I want more coverages, but there's no chance I'm paying more for it. My agent knows this, and that's why she recommended the Selective Edge. With the Selective Edge, I get higher coverage limits and even coverages I didn't know I need. And my agent knows what discounts I deserve. More coverage, more options, less money. That's not too difficult, is it? Find an agent near you by visiting Selective.com. Selective. Response is everything.
We haven't seen a superstar like this in years.
You're not kidding, Bob. The people need to know about this standout.
Introducing this year's most sought-after rookie, the M&T Bank Jets debit card. New on the scene, this fantastic plastic stands 2.125 inches tall and weighs a lean 0.2 ounces. This small but mighty paying machine is sure to be charging through checkout lines all season long.
Hey Jets fans, get your hands on the exclusive Jets debit card with Easy Choice Checking. It's free from a monthly maintenance fee and free from a minimum balance requirement, leaving you free from worry.
You know, I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this powerhouse everywhere soon.
No doubt about it. I want one on my team.
So show your love for the Jets and save on fees today. Rush to any M&T Bank branch or mtb.com/Jets today. M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. Other transaction and service fees, including insufficient funds and overdraft fees, may apply to this account. Member FDIC.
To the near side left, stacked Anderson and Curse. Shotgun for Darnold. And he's got Isaiah Crowell to his right. Herndon motions right to left. Darnold takes the snap, hand off Crowell. Runs left, he's got a lane at the 5, at the goal line. He walks in with a Jet touchdown.
Welcome back to Inside the Jets. Erik Allen and Erik Coleman here. Inside the Jets is supported by M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. And speaking of M&T Bank, our player guest segment is also brought to you by M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. This is always a pleasure to have this guy in the house. Josh McCown now joins us at Vanderbilt. We went to Cleveland last week, and I'll never forget it. When I went to owners' meetings, after you had signed here, I was in Arizona, and I ran into Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com. And I said, what kind of guy are we getting in Josh McCown? And she said, he is one of the nicest guys in the National Football League. We all love him here. We're very upset that he's gone. And now here you are in your second year with the Jets. How much have you enjoyed your time? Because your roles have been quite different here in your short time with the green and white. You started 13 games, had a career year last year, and now you're transitioning to a backup role and more of a mentorship role.
Yeah, it's been great. I've just enjoyed being with the organization and so many good people and getting to know this team, you know, to another year and some of the new guys that we brought on. It's been awesome. I enjoyed last year and then every year's fun and new and different and how you're going to attack that year and you know, find ways to, you know, as an offense move the football and you know, play winning football. So I've enjoyed my time here. It's been great, and then look forward to, you know, another great week of preparation.
Now, speaking of that week of preparation, you guys have the Jacksonville Jaguars coming up. Can you talk about some of the problems that they pose to the New York Jets and some of the big players on their team?
Yeah, they're you know, they're obviously a great defense. They came in, you know, in the MetLife last year and you know, they flew around. They play with a lot of speed. You guys talked earlier about the corners. Both Boye and Ramsey are good players. Tashawn Gibson in the back end is a great player as well. We played in Cleveland together, and then their backers can fly around. So, and then that doesn't even get to probably the best part, which is their front. And so this is a good group. They're defensively, they're strong, but at the same time, we'll trust that the coaches will put together a great game plan, and we'll be ready to go. And like I said, we'll draw on some of the things that we did last year and some of the experiences that we had. That they were flying high when they came in here last year, and we were able to get a win against them. So we know we'll have our hands full and be a good matchup.
We're going to talk to Sam Darnold later, and you all have talked about how he is a flatliner. With that being said, and he's kind of absorbed everything that has come his way. How difficult of a stretch is that to start your NFL career with 3 games in 11 days?
Right. Yeah. It's obviously it's not ideal. We make no excuses, but it's not to try to get in a long season when you're talking about 17 weeks and 16 games. Routine is critical, and so to be able to establish that routine of how you're going to go about a Monday, how you're going to go about Tuesday, preparation-wise, and then Wednesday and so on. It's critical to have a Sunday to Sunday game, and so when you roll through that in the first few weeks of the season and you don't really have that because of scheduling, it's hard to find that routine, and so I'm really looking forward to that. With Sam, these next few weeks of really nailing down that routine, because I believe wholeheartedly that the routine is what guides you, it's what saves you. Week in and week out, your preparation is what's going to allow you to play good football, and so we'll get that done this week. That'll be fun, and I look forward to that being, something that we're going to utilize to help us play even better.
Josh, what are some of the things that you guys go into the film room together? Obviously, make adjustments on the correction from the game. What are some of the things that you're seeing out of Sam that you like about his game so far in the 3-game season?
Well, I think the main thing is he's just getting exposed to so much football, and just at a new level and all that stuff, and so there's things that happen. There's different reads and different things that happen, coverages on plays that maybe he hadn't seen before, and the best thing about Sam is that when he experiences a play and something happens, unfolds, he's able to internalize whatever that outcome was, good or bad, and utilize it for the next rep. And that's huge in playing this position because it allows for growth to happen quicker. So that's been, I think, the biggest thing I've noticed from him in the film room is just going, okay, that's awesome. This is a new play for me. I see this happened on that. Now I'll know next time, and then when he gets another chance at it, it's always better. So I think that's exciting because you just know that with experience and time, he's going to be even better.
It is a lively crowd here at Vanderbilt. It's Erik Allen, Erik Coleman, and Josh McCown. You're listening to Inside the Jets. You can call in 800-919-3776. What do you think about his instincts at the position? And also, he seems to see the game very well. Despite a lot of things that are going on around him, he has a knack for finding the open man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that's an upside for him, and something that obviously the more he plays, the more comfortable, and the more we'll see that probably unfold even more. So it's a good thing for us. He has an innate ability, especially when he's outside the pocket, throwing on the move, very accurate, and something that we could see it on the college tape when he was coming out. You saw it in different games he played in college when I was watching him last year, and then you see it now. And so again, the more comfortable he gets playing the position, those things will come out, and I think we'll see even more. And you look at the league and the number of plays every Sunday that you watch, especially down in the red zone, plays that are off schedule, plays that are made by quarterbacks outside the pocket, and what an asset that can be, if you have that tool, and Sam certainly has that, and so I think it's going to be good for us.
What was it like for you, Josh, coming out of Sam Houston State, the first month of your NFL career? Do you remember?
Yeah. What was it like for me?
But
back when, it was. It was crazy. I mean, I think just trying to get a grasp of the game, the college game. Back then, there was a little bit more similarities between the college and the pro game. It's changed so much now, I think, in college. But just still, we were starting to play in the shotgun more and spread it out in college. And so getting under center was like all the kind of the little things that I think a casual NFL fan would watch and maybe take for granted. Because if all you watch is NFL football and you maybe take for granted how easy it is for a quarterback to get under center if you've been watching a veteran for a while. When these young guys get here, man, that's a taking a snap and getting back. Like that's a different deal when you stood in the gun your whole 4 years of college. So I think those are some of the things that is just like people expect a lot. They have high expectations for you, and in your mind you're just going, man, I just hope I can get the snap. So. Those are one of the things that I think I look back on, and those are like things that maybe stress me out.
So when you talk about this team, it's a very young team. There's a lot of youth. There's a lot of ebbs and flows through an NFL season. How important is it for you? How much have you been used and have to talk to the guys about staying even keel, continuing to believe in the trend, and continue to work?
No doubt. I mean, you hit it, E. That's exactly the thing, and obviously we're sitting here at 1-2, and nobody wants to be 1-2. Everybody wants to be 3-0. But there's a lot of 1-2 teams, 2-1. It's early, and that is the mindset that you have to approach. Is that we're going to attack this week and have the best week of preparation we've ever had, and then go into Jacksonville and play good football. And you have to have that because it's such a long season, and you can't dip when things don't go well, or you come up on the wrong end, one Sunday, and then vice versa. You go to Detroit and you have a big win. You got to be able to kind of process that within 24 hours and then get back to your routine, like I was speaking on earlier. Get back to your routine and let that be what guides you, and just get into preparation mode, and then go out and ramp up to that Sunday and play good football. So that's got to be the idea, and just to bounce back and attack this week, just like we did week one. And I expect our guys to do that. Coach Bowles is sending that message today with us, and I think that'll be the case.
Well, you're an extremely likable guy, Josh. But with that being said, there's probably some guys in the National Football League you're gonna come across and they're like, I don't really have a good feel for that guy. How much easier does it make it in this situation that you and Sam, despite the age gap, it really seemed to get along off the field, and not just necessarily talking ball, because you guys love to talk ball.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it does make it even better, because trust is the main thing. When if you're asking me how to read a play, or you're talking through something and I tell you something, you want to be able to trust and believe that, and I think that's built over shared experience, and shared experience is just doing life together. Whether it's in the football atmosphere or outside of that, and so for us, we spend a lot of time together, and despite the age gap, we do find some common ground every now and then, and more than anything, he's low key pretty funny dude, and makes me laugh every now and then. But I think it's been good, and I've just enjoyed being around him, and really believe in where he's headed, and the work that we're putting in right now.
You're not only mentoring Sam Darnold, but how about your son, Owen? You had a weekend off, so you go back home to North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us about Owen's career, where he's at as far as his age is concerned, and if he's slinging it a little bit?
Yeah, so I have two boys that are both playing ball. One's in 9th grade and one's in 8th grade, and they're playing quarterbacks for their team. But my son dresses. He plays on the JV, and then he'll dress on the varsity. And so last week he got his first varsity snap, so that was fun. He got in there and ran around a little bit and threw a couple balls.
And you got to be there for that.
I was there for that, and
man.
that was the best. So there's, I tell these guys all the time, man, it's playing this game is fun, and throwing touchdowns and doing all that, that's fun stuff. But when your kids do it, there's nothing like it. And man, it was awesome to be there the other night and be a part of that.
But we saw one Jets drive. You can be tough on those kids too.
Oh yeah, well,
I gotta imagine you. You're a good dad. We know how involved you are, but you played at the highest level. What's it like for them, and how do you coach them up?
Well, I think it's just with any group of, a team that you're on, you just, in that coaching role, and when you step into a high school, it's just trying to get them to understand how important their voices are, because in high school, they're used to just a coach just kind of pulling them along wherever, and so really kind of getting everybody, but especially juniors and seniors and older kids, to understand how much ownership they can take in a team, and kind of make that team how they want it to be by the standards that they set. And that's really at every level, at college and in pro. But trying to get it done, with high school kids is a tough task, but it's a fun challenge.
So let me ask you this: do your kids play multiple sports, or do they just focus on one?
Oh, yeah, no. We're multiple sports.
Can you talk about the importance of that, of playing multiple sports?
I think it's huge. I think, it's hard because, people get so, dialed into one thing and then they go all in with that thing, and then it puts pressure on the multiple sport people to, pick one. And I love them all. Played football and basketball in high school. My boys were big basketball players as well, and we just enjoy it. We enjoy everything, but it's hard to kind of do them all because of time. But as many as you can do and be a part of a team and be good at it, I think it's healthy for you. And I don't think it deters from the other sport. I think it only makes you better. And we're looking, look at our, young quarterbacks in the league. Pat Mahomes is lighting it up right now. Yep. He's a big baseball player, and so I just think it can only help you.
Last year, you guys got out of the gate a little bit slow, lose a couple, but at about this point in 2017, took off and won 3 games in a row. When you look at the league, does anything surprise you at this point? Buffalo Bills, 17-point underdog against Minnesota, and they go in there and they hammered. That was a shellacking.
Yeah.
And we saw what you guys did in Detroit, and then New England's going through some early season difficulties. What happens here early in the year, and how long does it take for a team to forge that identity?
Well, you're always building, and I think, like I said earlier, if you come in and you stay focused on your routine and the little things that you're going to do every day, and the details and the standards that you set for your team and for your offense and for yourself personally, you tighten that up every day. You come in and be about that all the time. You'll look up and be on the right side of that scoreboard, and I think that's the same thing, the same thought as a season. Every week you come in, every week, and these games will start turning and going your way. And I think the teams that understand that and play the long game, those are the ones that look up in December and are playing meaningful football. It's the emotional ones that get up and down and up and down. That you can't play that way. It doesn't sustain. At some point, when you need to make a run, you'll just fall flat because you have been too emotionally worn out. So I think for us, the key is it's the long game. I think you said it with those games this weekend. It should be encouraging to everybody that you look around the league and you go, man, nobody's got this thing nailed down.
Right.
It's going to be wide open. And so if we just keep putting in the work, keep doing the things that Coach Bowles is asking us to do, we'll look up and we'll be in the hunt. And then that's all you can ask for. And then ascending and playing your best ball later in the year. Nobody wants to play their best ball right now and then fall off. What good is that? So I think that's the key. And obviously with a young quarterback, we want to maintain that and that trajectory anyway. And I think we will. I think, Sam's best football will always be ahead of him, and so that's exciting for us.
You have some Chad Pennington in you as far as that being so involved in your family. Also, the coaching aspect of it. I get asked all the time about Chad, would he ever want to coach professionally? Have you thought down the line as far as what level you want to coach at?
Yeah, we'll see. I'll say this, I'll never say never, and I've just have had the great fortune of being exposed to a lot of football, especially at this level. I've changed coordinators every year of my career for 17 years, so if there's an offense out there, I've run it or been part of it, and so it would be cool to take some of those experiences and put them to use inside this realm. Certainly enjoy giving back to the high school kids too. So we'll see. I'm just focused on this week, and then hopefully down the road we'll see what happens. But I love the game, love being a part of it, and certainly see myself in the future, being a part of it in some capacity.
That you call him JB, that interaction on the sideline with Jeremy Bates, you're playing a pivotal role right now.
Well, I think it's just trying to. JB, Sam and I's conversations sometimes extend past the facility. So I may pick up something that, Sam may mention something at dinner about a play or about there's just different things. And throughout the course of, it's great for us to be able to all communicate and make sure that, oh yeah, hey, I think he likes this play. I remember we talked about that, so on and so forth. And we're all open about that. And Sam's great communicating that with JB. And so, it's critical. And it's a credit to Jeremy about, some guys, the play callers are all different, and some guys can be more closed off and just like, hey, leave me alone, this is how I am. And some guys, it's all about the team and what's best and what makes guys feel comfortable. And JB's that way. He's, what can we do to be better? How can we, we're all in this together. And so I think that's the right mindset, and it's going to be beneficial for Sam.
This segment goes too quickly every year. This is Josh McCown. Thank you so much for joining us on Inside the Jets. And we're going to come right back after the break with rookie quarterback Sam Darnold.
Thank you.
Ernst & Young LLP is proud to be the exclusive professional business and accounting services sponsor of the New York Jets and MetLife Stadium, teaming with them as the official sponsor of the EY Coaches Club. As a global leader in assurance, tax, transaction, and advisory services, the global network of EY firms has better connected consultants who help organizations navigate the transformative age by asking better questions to find answers to some of the world's toughest challenges, all to build a better working world for their people, clients, and communities.
We haven't seen a superstar like this in years.
You're not kidding, Bob. The people need to know about this standout.
Introducing this year's most sought-after rookie, the M&T Bank Jets debit card. New on the scene, this fantastic plastic stands 2.125 inches tall and weighs a lean 0.2 ounces. This small but mighty paying machine is sure to be charging through checkout lines all season long.
Hey Jets fans, get your hands on the exclusive Jets debit card with Easy Choice Checking. It's free from a monthly maintenance fee and free from a minimum balance requirement, leaving you free from worry.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this powerhouse everywhere soon.
No doubt about it. I want one on my team.
So show your love for the Jets and save on fees today. Rush to any M&T Bank branch or mtb.com/Jets today. M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. Other transaction and service fees, including insufficient funds and overdraft fees, may apply to this account. Member FDIC.
They couldn't play football without us. We built this stadium. You couldn't tailgate without us. We probably built the road that got you here. Most of all, we promote economic development. That means investments in infrastructure and construction to provide opportunities for developers, union contractors, and members of Operating Engineers Local 825. We're ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative. We build the infrastructure New Jersey and the Jets rely on.
Jet fans, take your Sunday to another level with the premier Jets pregame party at Club Prime Sport. Enjoy food and drinks, games and giveaways, plus live entertainment. Elevate your game day at MetLife Stadium with a Jets experience like no other. Go to primesport.com or call 877-527-2603 today to secure your spot at the official Jets pregame hospitality at Club Prime Sport. With Prime Sport, it's more than a game, it's an experience. Primesport.com.
Advance your career at Centenary University's School of Professional Studies. With accelerated scheduling and competitive pricing, it's convenient for busy adults to earn an MBA, undergraduate degree, or certificate. Centenary graduates work in hot fields like social media marketing, criminal justice, data analytics, health administration, and sports management. At Centenary University, they're committed to your success. Learn more at sps.centenaryuniversity.edu.
Third down and 1 at the 2. I formation. Toss to Crowell. Runs left. He gets hit. He's at the goal line. He's in. That's a Jet touchdown. Another rushing touchdown for the old Brown, Isaiah Crowell.
Welcome back to Inside the Jets. Erik Allen and Erik Coleman here at Vanderbilt. Our player guest segment is presented by M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. We just had Josh McCown out here for a segment. Tremendous as always. Could talk to him for hours. And now we bring in Jets rookie quarterback Sam Darnold.
What's up, Sam? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
So you got the crowd very excited tonight. Let me ask you, you had a chance to decompress and maybe get away from football just for a little bit. You went into the city. Can you tell us some of the things you might have done?
Yeah, so I was able to go into the city, have a nice dinner with some people. Actually got to see Ed Sheeran at MetLife, which was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, put on a great show. So, had some fun, was able to relax for a few days, which we didn't get to do at all in the last, 13 or 12 or however many it was, I think 11. So, yeah, it's been a crazy, 3 weeks of football. finally got to decompress a little bit this weekend, which was really nice.
What's it like for you when you're in the city? A lot of Jets fans stopping you, or you're wearing a baseball cap and keeping a low profile?
I wear a hat. No, it's not too bad. I mean, it's funny because, New York's full of a lot of different people.
Yeah.
A lot of them sometimes don't even watch football. So, sometimes I get recognized, sometimes I don't. I prefer the latter, but if they do recognize me, it is what it is. And, I just say what's up and, just kind of go about our day. Usually I ask for a selfie or something. That's usually the thing now instead of an autograph because it's apparently a lot easier. So, it's been really fun to be able to kind of be in Jersey and be in the city and hang out with some of the fans when I can.
So, Sam, you went to SC. I went to Washington State. I talked about it before. You guys beat up on us a little bit this weekend.
It was close.
How much do you keep in touch with your teammates from USC? With the craziness of the NFL season.
Yeah, I was gonna say not as much as I'd like to, just because there's a lot going on here that I got to be worried about. But I stay in touch, with all my teammates. Hopefully, with as much as them as I can stay in touch with. Cam Smith I talk to on a weekly basis. The inside linebacker there, senior, was one of my best friends. Still is one of my best friends, but on the team, one of my best friends. And I try to talk to him. Try to feel out what the team is going through and all that because some of those guys were like I just said, some of my best friends. Yeah. So every weekend watching them and checking in on them. So checking in to see how they're doing. So I think they're gonna get rolling here a little bit. Hopefully in the near future. And JT had a pretty solid game against Wazoo. JT Daniels, freshman quarterback. Yep. So
supposed to be a senior in high school still, right?
Yeah. So I think he's gonna start rolling a little bit. He's looking pretty confident out there. So I'm excited to hopefully watch them have some success in the weeks to come.
During a conference call today, you told reporters, "I know how to be tough. I was raised that way." What can you say about your dad, Mike? He's a foreman at a gas company, and also your mom, Chris, of course, middle school physical education teacher.
Yeah, you guys have done your homework. Yeah, no, they're amazing people. I mean, just so blessed to be able to be raised by amazing parents and just the lessons and the values that they taught me throughout my whole life. Can't thank them enough for what they did. And they didn't hold me back either when I was little, and they wouldn't let me do everything that I wanted to, but they would let me play any sport that I wanted to play. They let me, I got into a skateboarding phase early on in my life, and they let me do that until I fell too much. And then, after that, it was just kind of do what you want, but, we're not going to let you do everything, but, go have fun. And that was kind of how they raised me. And at the same time, once I start something, whether it was a season, whether it was football, basketball, or baseball, they weren't going to let me quit. And I think that's kind of part of the toughness that I was able to kind of develop and how they were able to raise me a little bit. Nice.
So can you talk about what it's been like these first 3 weeks? I mean, obviously 3 games in 11 days. What has it been like for you mentally going through this short span of the NFL season?
Yeah, it's been a lot, but at the same time, it's been really fun. It's been fun just all ball all the time, as they say. It's different than college for sure, because everyone, not just us, but the other teams don't have anything else going on either. It's their job to beat us on Monday, Thursday, Sunday, whenever the day was. Sometimes you get the days confused when you got a crazy schedule, but now it's every Sunday we get to play week to week, and I start to kind of develop my routine that I would have in a normal season, which is really nice. And I'm just excited to get a little bit of a rhythm going with the team and with the way that we practice and kind of get my routine, like I just said, which I think will be really, really nice.
Inside the Jets is broadcast live from Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel. Erik Allen and Erik Coleman are joined here by Sam Darnold. You talked about recently, Thursday, we're in the post-game news conference. You also stressed it today. You want to let the game come to you. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think for me it's, it's kind of like I just talked about actually, with baseball and basketball, it was kind of the same way for me. It was not trying to do too much on any given play and any given series. It was just letting the game come to me. Basketball, get a couple layups before I start shooting. Baseball, just watch a couple pitches go by until I find the rhythm and what the pitcher's doing. So it's kind of the same thing. Just find completions, find my checkdowns, and know exactly where everyone is. And then when the shots are there, take them. That's kind of been my mindset. And again, I can't thank Josh enough for what he's been able to do, how he's been able to teach me, and Coach Jeremy Bates, Mick Lombardi, and also Davis. And then also I got to mention Teddy Bridgewater, the amount of time that he was able to spend with me, and how much that he helped me also along this whole process. Obviously, he's not with us anymore, but he's going to be a great player in this league for a long time, and I can't thank him enough for what he was able to do for me.
I loved what you said about Bridgewater after he was traded. You said one of the best phrases of advice you got was, hey, just be yourself, bro. But you don't have any problem being that way. A lot of people, I think, they might get under the bright lights of New York and be, hey, I'm the youngest quarterback to start a team season opener since the merger in 1970, the youngest guy to throw for more than 300 yards passing in a game, and it would be too big for them. But with you are the flatliner.
Yeah, well, again, going back to, kind of my parents, it's kind of all due to them, just the way that they were able to kind of raise me, and also the community that I was raised in, very relaxed area, and, I think that has a part in it. But just going back to what Teddy said, I think just I knew that, I was going to be myself, but when I first got in the locker room, I kind of had that feeling of, oh, do I need to, say anything to these guys? Do I need to be anything other than what I'm doing right now? And Teddy was just like, bro, settle down. Like, calm down. You're good, man. Just be yourself. And once you start performing on the field, guys will respect you. You'll earn your respect, and you'll just develop a normal relationship with everyone. And that's kind of the way that he talked about it, and that's also how Josh talks about it as well. So I'm just going to continue to play, hopefully play well, play consistent football, and kind of earn respect along the way, but also, not demand it, just continue to play football and have fun with, the fellas that we've been grinding with for a while now.
How difficult has it been week to week facing a different secondary, a different defense that gives you so many different looks? They may disguise one coverage. They may be, a different coverage. How difficult has it been for you as a quarterback to make those changes every week and throughout the game?
Yeah, I mean, we've put in so much time and effort into this, and the receivers, the running backs, the O-line, we've all put so much time into it, whether it was OTAs, mini camp, training camp. We put in so much time, and once we get on the football field, no matter who it is, I feel really comfortable. No matter what the personnel is, no matter who's out on the field, I know that they're going to be in the right spot, at the right time, and I'm really confident in that.
You seem like you have a great chemistry going early with 81, Quincy and Unwa. Do you think a couple of those connections late to Jermaine Kearse in the Cleveland game can help you guys moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, Jermaine, obviously week one was banged up a little bit, and he wasn't able to play. And the Miami game, I was still kind of starting to feel him out a little bit. And then Cleveland, I felt like he was, his normal self and a presence that I was able to see and watch film of last year. So, hopefully we'll get him rolling a little bit too. And, we have a really exciting receiving core that I think a lot of people got to watch out for.
Yeah, and that was my next question. How do you manage and getting everyone touches? Because I'm sure Robbie comes up to you like, yo, throw the ball to me.
Yeah, well, my locker is right in between Quincy and Jermaine, so
so you hear it all.
So I hear it all day.
Oh
yeah.
man, how do you manage that?
He puts the headphones in.
How do you manage that during the game? Like, oh man, he hasn't got any touches today. Let me make sure he gets some love.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal with those guys, honestly. I always joke about me being in between Quincy and Jermaine, but those two are awesome in themselves, but all the other receivers are amazing as well. None of them are selfish in any way. They know what it's like to maybe they've played quarterback before, but most of them know exactly what it's like to be in my shoes and know how much is going on a given play. And I just got to find the open guy and, make the offense work, drive it down the field, put ourselves in good positions to score points. And, as long as I'm doing that, the receivers, the O-line, the running backs, or anyone for that matter isn't I don't think is going to complain.
How much are you enjoying this? You've always said from day one, I interviewed you after the draft, said, I love ball, love talking ball. I love that opportunity to play. How much do you like going to that facility? Monday, it starts the week. And now you got a real, true NFL week because, geez, 3 games in 11 days. That's a little bit different for anybody, much less a guy coming out of school. And now you have the whole process working your way up to Sunday in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I said before, I mean, just being able to build that routine for the next, 13 weeks or whatever it is. I'm just really excited to finally start something and to be able to find a routine and hopefully continue to stack wins after wins. And I'm just really excited about the opportunity that we have in Jacksonville against a great defense, great offense as well, just a really great team in general. And I think, we have an opportunity to go down there and make something happen. So I'm really excited about what we're doing. And, yeah, to your point earlier, I mean, every single day I love going to work. I love football, but I love going into that locker room with those guys and just being with them every single day. It's special, and we got a special thing going on there.
Well, you're off to a good start, and I just finally just wanted to ask you, what do you think about Jets Nation? We got the season ticket holders here tonight. They're chanting your name before, and after you guys play Jacksonville, you're coming home for a 3-game homestand.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm pumped about that. These fans have been, nothing short of amazing. I mean, the whole time. I mean, I mentioned it earlier, but in Detroit, I mean, just, the way that we won that game and that all the fans came down afterwards, Jets, Jets. It was awesome to be able to feel the energy that all the fans have, about this place and about, what we're doing here. It's something special, and it's something that, I think every Jets fan should be really excited about.
It's just a start for Sam Darnold, and this is your first appearance on Inside the Jets, but I'm sure there will be plenty more. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to come back with your calls, 800-919-3776.
We haven't seen a superstar like this in years.
You're not kidding, Bob. The people need to know about this standout.
Introducing this year's most sought-after rookie, the M&T Bank Jets debit card. New on the scene, this fantastic plastic stands 2.125 inches tall and weighs a lean 0.2 ounces. This small but mighty paying machine is sure to be charging through checkout lines all season long.
Hey, Jets fans, get your hands on the exclusive Jets debit card with Easy Choice Checking. It's free from a monthly maintenance fee and free from a minimum balance requirement, leaving you free from worry.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this powerhouse everywhere soon.
No doubt about it. I want one on my team.
So show your love for the Jets and save on fees today. Rush to any M&T Bank branch or mtb.com/Jets today. M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. Other transaction and service fees, including insufficient funds and overdraft fees, may apply to this account. Member FDIC.
Hey, Jets fans, New Jersey Motor Vehicle Chief Administrator Sue Fulton here to welcome you back for a brand new season of action-packed NFL football and to warn you about the dangers of texting while driving. Sure, fines and penalties are steep, but did you know you're also 23 times more likely to get into an accident if you text and drive? Or that taking your eyes off the road for just 5 seconds at highway speeds is like traveling the length of a football field blindfolded? That's not a winning drive, Jets fans. Learn more at justdrive.com.
Advance your career at Centenary University's School of Professional Studies. With accelerated scheduling and competitive pricing, it's convenient for busy adults to earn an MBA, undergraduate degree, or certificate. Centenary graduates work in hot fields like social media marketing, criminal justice, data analytics, health administration, and sports management. At Centenary University, they're committed to your success. Learn more at sps.centenaryuniversity.edu.
They couldn't play football without us. We built this stadium. You couldn't tailgate without us. We probably built the road that got you here. Most of all, we promote economic development. That means investments in infrastructure and construction to provide opportunities for developers, union contractors, and members of Operating Engineers Local 825. We're ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative. We build the infrastructure New Jersey and the Jets rely on.
Ernst & Young LLP is proud to be the exclusive professional business and accounting services sponsor of the New York Jets and MetLife Stadium, teaming with them as the official sponsor of the EY Coaches Club. As a global leader in assurance, tax, transaction and advisory services, the global network of EY firms has better connected consultants who help organizations navigate the transformative age by asking better questions to find answers to some of the world's toughest challenges, all to build a better working world for their people, clients, and communities.
Hi, football fans. This is Director Jared Maples with the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness. It's our mission to protect New Jersey with our federal, state, and local partners. Of course, nobody knows our communities better than the people who live there. That's where you can help. If you see something that you suspect is out of the ordinary, report it. Together, we can keep our state safe. Remember, if you see something, say something. To learn more about what to look for, visit njhomelandsecurity.gov.
Every time you close your laptop, a Corona gets its lime. And every time your to-do list is to do one less thing, a Corona gets its lime. Every time you press pause. Every time you unwind or lose track of time, a Corona gets its lime. And every time your feet are up while the sun goes down, a Corona gets its lime. So drop a lime in and find your beach. Please drink responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome back to Inside the Jets. Erik Allen and Erik Coleman here at Vanderbilt's. Tremendous hour. Josh McCown started off, then Sam Darnold fouled. Listen, every time I'm around Sam Darnold, I'm more impressed. He has it. He's got it. He's going to experience bumps along the way. Mm-hmm. He's 3 games into his NFL career. But if you're a Jet fan, you have to be very excited by what you see, his demeanor, the way he views that locker room, what he talked about tonight about his teammates, the way he's absorbed the playbook, his instinctive qualities, his toughness, his mental fortitude. I think he's a keeper. He's going to be one to watch for many years to come for this franchise.
Yeah, you have to be excited if you're a Jets fan. I mean, this kid he's only 21 years old. Yeah. He hasn't seen, he hasn't seen too much, as a quarterback, and to have Josh McCown helping him through the lumps, helping him through the rough phases, it's a pleasure for Josh. I think he's a guy who makes a mistake and corrects it. He works hard, he cares about it, and he's a great teammate. So.
All right, so we got time for a couple calls here on Inside the Jets. Let's go to Cole, who's been on hold for a while. What's up, Cole?
How you doing?
Great.
Quick question. Do you think Sam Darnold's in the best position as a rookie quarterback having Josh McCown mentor him? Because if you look at the other rookies, they don't have a seasoned vet like McCown to help mentor them.
Yeah, thanks for the call. I would say yes. If you're, and we've had these conversations with people before. If you were selecting a mentor quarterback in the National Football League, Josh McCown will be number 1 overall in that draft.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a great mentor, and Josh said it when he was here. He's been through 17 different coordinators, so he's seen a lot of football. He's played a lot of great football at a high level, and what better person do you want to mentor a young kid into this league as a guy who's done it at a high level before?
Let's go to Ira in Staten Island. What's up, I?
Hey, what's happening? Good guest tonight, I can tell you. You know, it's interesting. Going into the Jacksonville game, listen, you go in there, you give it your best swing, and at the end of the day, you'll see where the cards fall. Or you saw what the Bills did, or you mentioned Erik. But something about Sam, these 3 games in these 11 days, listen, what Greg Williams threw at him last Thursday night, that's about probably the most complex defense he's going to see scheme-wise. So I think experiencing those 3 games, even though he's facing the Jags this week, I think it's a good learning experience, and I think you're going to see that he will have a much better game against the Jaguars that are more talented than the Browns, specifically because what he experienced last Thursday. Curious what you guys think.
Thanks for the call. I agree. I think that Darnold will play better this week. But I would also say that I think Jacksonville's defense, you can make the argument that this is the top unit in the National Football League.
Yeah, I mean,
and Cleveland's pretty good.
Arguably the best defense in the league coming up this week. But listen, it's all about ebbs and flows and staying even keel. And Sam is the perfect example of a guy who is going to not get too high when he does well, but at the same time, when he doesn't have success, he's not going to beat himself up. He's just going to continue to get better, continue to grow, and that's what I think fans they have to keep in mind. You know, with Baker Mayfield, it's going to be the same thing. When you look over at the Browns, yes, he came in hot, throwing the ball great. It was great. He had one great game.
Yeah, it was game, right?
But now he's going to start seeing teams are going to scheme him. Things are going to change up, and it's going to slow down for him. Sam is a guy who's going to stay that even keel. He's going to continue to grow and progress as the season goes on.
Real quick, we got about 45 seconds left. When I look at this matchup, I think the Jets' defense can have a lot of success against that Jacksonville offense. Conversely, on the other side of the ball, it's going to be imperative to establish balance for this offense right now. Maybe take a couple shots down the field to keep them honest. And don't turn the football over. They live off the turnovers there.
Yeah, a big thing offensively is don't beat yourself before the snap. No false start penalties. Try to stay out of third and long situations because that's where Jacksonville can really hurt you as a defense. So if they can stay ahead of the sticks, they'll have a lot of success.
Thanks to all the Jets season ticket holders who came out tonight. Really wonderful program. And Josh McCown and Sam Darnold, they brought it as well. We will see you next week on Inside the Jets.
Hey, Jets fans, New Jersey Motor Vehicle Chief Administrator Sue Fulton here to welcome you back for a brand new season of action-packed NFL football and to warn you about the dangers of texting while driving. Sure, fines and penalties are steep, but did you know you're also 23 times more likely to get into an accident if you text and drive? Or that taking your eyes off the road for just 5 seconds at highway speeds is like traveling the length of a